Kathleen Sebelius is leaving, and as the head of the Health and Human Services, and so they're going to replace her with someone, and they think, well, this will wrap it up. The Obama administration thinks, great, you know, we hit the 7 million goal. In fact, we're at 7.5 million, might even be a little higher. But we fired Sebelius because the Washington Press Corps criticized her because of the rollout from months and months ago. Even though she hit her goal in the end, who cares? We had to fire her because of perception. Okay, it's very strong leadership on your part. It's okay, we're going to bring in Office of Management and Budget Director Sylvia Mathews Burwell. Okay, and she was confirmed by the Senate, by the way, a vote of 96-0. Okay, so now this is a genius move. The Republicans will have to say, well, you're right, since she won so overwhelmingly last time, and you hit your goals, and you did this in such a clever way, you win, we won't oppose Burwell. And that happens on which planet again? Okay, no. Of course, instead, here's what happens. Senator Ted Cruz. I think Burwell presents an ideal opportunity to examine the failures that are Obamacare. We need to start over, repeal every word of it. Oh, look at that. They took the opportunity for a new confirmation hearing in the Senate as an opportunity to attack Obamacare all over again, which, they, by the way, they wouldn't have had if President Obama had just kept Kathleen Sebelius. I love this Republican aide, by the way. He says, I think she'll get confirmed pretty easily, but the confirmation hearing will be interesting to watch. In other words, we know she's going to get confirmed, and the Democrats took away the filibuster on nominees, so there's no question. There's plenty of Democrats who will vote for her. She will get confirmed. But the Republicans are like, we'd like to create trouble for the Obama administration, and he just handed us this huge gift and allowed us to do that anyway. Yet another genius move by the Obama administration. Now, Marsha Blackburn is going to be reasonable about this, right? She's a representative from Tennessee. She's a Republican. So now that Burwell is in and she was confirmed so easily last time around, you guys are going to let this go, right?
The resignation of Kathleen Sebelius means, and is it going to quiet the controversy over Obamacare?
No, it's not going to quiet the controversy, Bob. I think it's quite the opposite. What it has done is to elevate some of the concerns. Burwell is an interesting choice, and I think there are many of us, and probably a bit of a growing consensus, that they know they've got a math problem with Obamacare, and the numbers are not going to work out so that the program is actuarially sound, and they're going to have somebody to kind of spin the numbers. And this is something with Burwell coming from OMB, I think they're expecting her to be able to do for them.
Okay. Oh, you thought that firing Sebelius, in effect, was going to quiet the issue? No, it has only elevated the concerns. But of course it has. They're Republicans. They're even more concerned now. Oh, and she's from the Office of Management and Budget. Sounds like there's a lot of numbers there. Spin doctor on the numbers. They brought in somebody to spin the numbers. Only concern elevated. All right, more from Marsha Blackburn.
Will Republicans still run on repeal and replace, or will they offer something different, or will they try to fix this system that we now have?
I think what you're going to see is a continue to repeal it and replace it. Now, we know we're not going to get it off the books until this president is out of office.
So our new plan, right, the same as the old plan. We have nothing to replace it with. We don't give a damn if you have health insurance or not. If you have a pre-existing condition, good luck to you, buddy. You're going to get bankrupt next time you have any kind of medical condition, and you might even die. Of course we're not going to do anything about it. Repeal Obamacare. New opportunity. New opportunity to bash Obamacare. Shocking. If I was sitting in the White House and they said, hey, you know what, let's get rid of Sebelius and let's bring in Burwell, let me remind you now, I think for the third time, confirmed 96-0, and for the previous position. And everybody was like, oh, good idea, good idea. I would have raised my hand and be like, no, bad idea. Republicans will attack her anyway. And they won't see you firing Sebelius as, hey, you know what, that was conciliatory. They will see it as, you see that, our concerns are now more elevated. So here comes Tim Scott, Republican from South Carolina, Senator, to tell us how concerned he is.
Well, there's no doubt that she had to go. When you think of healthcare.gov being synonymous with failure, there's has to be changes. The real question that we should be asking ourselves is, as we look at the upcoming confirmation hearing, will the next secretary have the America first, Americans first, or will they have the administration's policies and trying to carry the water for the president as their primary responsibility? Well, there's no doubt that she was a good choice for OMB. That does not necessarily make her a good choice for HHS. The real question that we have to dig into is how Obamacare and the role of the Secretary of HHS, how they have been woven together and what it looks like for the American people. The questions that we have to get to, however, is whether or not Director Burwell will be serving for the President of the United States with his agenda as the primary objective, or will she get into the details of the numbers, and she's obviously strong on the numbers, and figure out whether 7 million people actually signed up and paid, or whether, as other independent sources suggest, that we've had fewer than 5 million sign up and paid.
It turns out he's still concerned. Now, I didn't see that coming. Furthermore, he says, you know what? As a cabinet secretary, she might actually try to do the administration's policies. That would appear to be her job. Okay, but that would be outrageous. When he says she should put the American people's interest ahead of that, what he's saying is she should put the Republican agenda ahead of the administration's agenda, because we know better what the American people want, and she should say that the numbers are made up like we've been saying all along, even though they're actually not made up. Oh, okay. Well, we'll take that under advisement. Thank you very much. And then I love when he's like, well, she was good for OMB, but not necessarily good for HHS. I'll tell you what, and I'm very opposed to her if she was involved with XYZ. Doesn't matter what letters you put in there, you would have hated her anyway. Because now she's going to be in charge of Obamacare, and you despise Obamacare because it actually gives people insurance. Why does he ever listen to any of these people? When are you going to get it through your head? They're never going to like you. They're never going to compliment you. They're only going to criticize you. If they complimented you, you might have done something absolutely disastrous. Okay, so if I was the president, I'd be like, no, I'm going to keep Sebelius for as long as the eye can see. And if Senator Tim Scott doesn't like it, and Marsha Blackburn, the esteemed gentlewoman from Tennessee, doesn't like it, wow, I guess we're going to file that one under sad day. So Republicans, we signed up more people than we thought we were going to. So if you've got a problem with more people being insured, I would suggest you look up #SuckIt.